Nick is here with us today. We're going to join with him momentarily. I am Richard Carlton, creator of FMTrain.tv, where every day is a great day to learn about the FileMaker platform. And like I always tell people, if I'm the smartest person in the room, we are all in deep doo-doo, right? So I want all of you to be better developers than I am, which is kind of my goal, if that makes sense. Anyway, we're going to pivot now to Nick's conversation about relationships in one. So Nick, are you there?
I'm here.
You are here. Let me see if I can find Nick. All right, Nick, I have quit sharing my screen. If you want to share a screen, and I am going to run and visit a customer, so I'm going to let you guys go. All right, Margaret, I'm going to turn over the control to you.
Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you everybody for joining today. So yeah, we already talk about this topic, right? It's how we do filters, and something. It's funny because I did a demonstration yesterday. A client of mine. So I have one client right now, but it's a big one. So and so I did a demonstration that what we call filters, right? What we do filter, but that could be anything, any kind of programmatic search, let's say. You want to have an automatic search, and you want to add, and you want to eliminate, and so it's pretty much what the filter is doing, but we can call it different ways, right? It could be a filter, it could be a programmatic search, or something like this. The problem is, so I want to focus on something that we didn't talk last time. The difference between the filter, the search, right, and the technique with the relationship. So I want to cover this. Okay. So first, we need to put the perspective and say, okay, we want, for example, we have account and we have contact, right? So we have, this traditional what I'm doing all the time. So we have an ID account, you know, so that is the uh, parent key of the account. So we do this, and then we go there, get UUID. Okay. So we have the ID account, and then we have the account name. Okay. We have the name. Very simple. Then we have contacts. So we have the ID contact, which is what I have today? Contact. Okay, so that the parent key of what's the name? The contact. And then we have the foreign key of the accounts. So far, so good. Oh, so stupid sometimes. So that the ID contacts, and then I need the IDF, the foreign key for the accounts. Right. Okay. And then we have first name, last name, city, state. Okay. So that the traditional thing we have for the account and contact. Very simple. And then we link the two table with the ID account with the foreign key account here, right? And we say create delete. Okay, so that means I'm going to create. So that the basic, so I said, okay, the basic relationship, I'm not covering that. The boss is covering the basic relationship. So this is, the no, if you pass the basic relationship training, this is you should know what happened here. Okay. So I have this now, so I can have my layout here. So I'm putting the name. Let's put both, name and ID. Then we can see. And then we have here, we go to the contacts, right? And I want first, last, city, state. Okay. So that my contacts. Okay. That on the side. Always the Zoom stuff in the middle. And I want the accents. Okay. So boom, boom, boom. Okay. So I want the vertical scrolling. I don't want the alternates. And I want this a little bit bigger here. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to create an account. Let's say RCC, right? And we have March. Oh, sorry for that. So new. So I have the ID. This is the main ID, the account ID. So we know that. We have the RCC and we have March. Okay, city, state. Okay. City, where are you in Fairfield?
Yep.
And that California. Then we have Rick, same name. Santa Clara and CA. Then we have Nick. Under. For now, I'm in Corfu, Greece. And that GR. Okay, so, and then we have, I don't know, we have Scott Kane. Don't remember where is in El Paso, right? I think
I
so.
don't remember off the top of my head. I should at this point, but I don't. There we go.
Scott, are you in El Paso, right? Is it there? I think so.
He said correct. Yep, you are.
Okay.
That is, you nailed it.
Yeah, I have a very good memory. That's, I mean, it's a memory is a muscle. It's a muscle. That I mean, when when more you do FileMaker stuff, more memory you'll get. Because it's a very good, training for the memory. So I have this, and let's put, I don't know, Mark Larson. I don't, let's say Houston, and because I want people in Texas and I want people, right? So I have this, and so now I have, you can see here, I have related records, right? And I have people in California, people in Greece, people in Texas, correct? Okay. So now I want to filter those things, right? So you have many, many, many ways to do that, right? You have the search, right? So if you go to the contact layout, right? So let's change this. I don't know why I hate this Apex stuff. I don't know why. No CD stuff. Okay, so let's go and let's put that in the table. Okay. So to filter this, right? You can use the search script step, right? So I want to search for the state here, right? So when you do a script, and this is search, okay? I mean perform find. Let's say perform find. Let's use the FileMaker terminologies, right? Okay, so I want to perform find. Oh yeah, I'm saying something wrong here. Okay, perform find. So I say perform find, and I'm going here and I say state. I want CA. Okay, correct. I want CA on state. So if I do this, perform find, boom, no problem. Correct. Now I say, okay, I want CA and I want Texas. So, okay. So you duplicate this and you say, okay, now I want CA and Texas. So when you do this, this is how you do to have multiple search, right? So if I do this, I have both CA and Texas. So with perform find is what you do, to do this. But this is not good, Why is because it's hard to maintain because you're not free to do whatever you want here. I mean, it's complicated because this is hard coded, right? That means it's in the script step. I put CA here and I put Texas here. So if I want to make this like, something I can control, like, a filter, right? A filter is something you have multiple criteria. You can have whatever you want on the filter, not only what this is doing for you, okay? So you need to do that. And if I want, a third one, I need to duplicate this and put the third, right? Like GR, right? In that case, I can do this, right? Okay, I have CA, GR, and Texas, okay? So far so good is good, right? But it's not practical. And this technique cannot be used on poll. On poll doesn't work. This is only on found sets. You do a perform find, right? So that's why this technique is not good because it's not flexible, it's not practical, and it doesn't work on poll. So now, what can I do, right, to fix that problem? Okay. So we use the relationship instead of using the perform find. So how you do that, So let's say I want to search, I want to filter this here per state, like exactly what I've done here, okay? So I need, in the table here, I need a place, I need a field where I'm going to put whatever I want to search, okay? So I name those link. Why a link? Because it's something I'm going to use in a relationship. So it's something that's why every time I use something in a relationship, I put that link. It's a link. It's a link between two tables, right? And I call that transfer, that my typical transfer or search or whatever. But I like the terminology transfer because it's more generic than something. I can put search, but let's put search. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want search. So this is a field. It's a text field, and it's a global. So why we use that as a global? We use that as a global because global has the particularity to be work on silo. I mean, it's isolated to other users. That means when you're on a server, everything you put in a global field is available only to you. It's not available to another person on the server, on the same network. So if you have multiple users doing the same thing, if whatever you put there is only available for you, right? And the relationship will work only for you, not for somebody else, right? So that's why it's always this need to be a global, okay? So I have this search, right, field, and I'm in contact here. So now I want to establish a link, a relationship between contact and contact. So I am I'm creating another occurrence, right? So let me show you this. I'm creating another occurrence pointing to contact. So now I have two occurrences pointing to contact. And from the same here, from this table to this table, so that's why we call that a self-join relationship. That means it's a relationship to itself. I'm creating a relationship between contact to itself, right? And I'm saying, okay, I want to search whatever I put here to match the states, right? That's what we want to do. We want to put like CA here, and the relationship will look for this, right? And give me only the CA. So this is a contact self join, okay? So I have the relationship between the contact table to the contact table using the global field here as a main parent key and the state as this foreign key, right? So now that I have this, right? So let's do this. Maybe I can go there and by this, modify the view and show the top navigation. Okay. So I want to establish, I want to filter this now because I'm ready for that, right? So I'm putting here whatever I want to search, right? That's my search. Okay. Don't forget that I'm using relationship, right? So let's say I'm putting CA here. Put CA here, right? And I want to know, right, if my relationship works. So I'm going here, the data viewer, right? And I want to know, right, if my relationship works, this relationship here, the contact self. If I put CA here, what is the result, right? The result is this. I have Marge and Rick in California. Is that true? Yes. Correct?
It is correct.
Okay. So let's put that on the side here, right? So here are Marge and Rick. What happened if I put Texas here? I have Scott and Mark, right? That's correct. What happened if I put GR here? I have only Nick. Okay. So that's good. So now I want to show the results. Okay. So instead of having something complicated like this, right? I have a button here. And it's go to related records. So this is what we use. We say go to related records. I'm using the relationship that go to itself. So I'm starting from contacts and I'm going to the relationship that goes to itself using the global fields to the state. Is the current layout because I don't need to say I want to go there because it is a current layout. I can use the current layout. By the way, show record using layout, current layout. This is why FileMaker has these current layouts, right? That the only situation where the current layout works is when you have a relationship to one table to the same table. That's why you can use the current layout. Otherwise, it will never work. Because if you have a relationship between one layer, one table to another one, the current layout cannot work. Correct? Right? So, and of course, you say, okay, show only the related records. Right? Why said unknown? Oh, okay. Yeah. So, is this button works? I put CA here, CA. I put TX here, TX. I put GR, GR. Right? So, now, do we have any questions so far?
I don't see any. We've kind of like a question from the very beginning of the stream.
Yes?
Someone asking if you are going to cover what you do when your data contains a 1 and the 1.
Yes, of course, I'm going to do that.
Yes, just that's the only early question we had. I assume everyone else is following. Let me know if you're not.
Yeah. So far, it's basic, but I need to, I want to make sure that people understand that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely
That,
important.
you know.
I've appreciated the basic rundown of what's going on. So
Yeah, because the boss asked me, be basic. So, okay, I'm going to be basic. But basic, but not boring, you know? So that's what, you know. So remember, I told you that doing something like that is a pain in the you know where. Okay. So I want to make something better than this. So this is how relationship works. I put CA and TX. What it should happen. EATH. I put GR and CA. I put TX and GR. Right? So now you understand what happened here. If I put this, I have this. So accumulate, he said, this, okay, back off. In a relationship, and FileMaker is clear, right, that this means this or this. It's cumulative. Okay, so that means it's not this and this, like a search would be, right? It's not this and this. It's this or this. You understand that? Okay. So that means if I put FL and there's no FL, doesn't care. It works. Don't care. I can put whatever here. I can put whatever here. You know, just what he needs. He needs to have one value to work, to exist, right? I can put whatever I want here. If I have one working, it works. So now you understand the power of this. Because if you do this here, in the search, you're screwed. Because, you know, here, no. Because you can do whatever you want. You can put whatever you want here. If something exists in state, then, okay, bingo, you're a winner. You understand the difference? Okay, so do we have any question on this?
I have a question. Do you have to put a return between the Texas and CA?
Yes.
Or you just, okay.
Yes. So that was my next step. So thank you for the question because it's a good transition. We call that values. And we call that type of relationship multi-value relationship. Multi-value relationship. If you do this, it won't work. You know, because it needs to be a carriage return. It needs to be a value. This is a value. This is a value. Here I have two values, CA and Texas. FileMaker will try this and this. If you do this, CA gone. If you do this, Texas gone. If you do this, now CA is back because that exists, correct? So you need a carry return, correct?
Yes.
So you need a value. So if I go there and I say value counts on this, I have two values, right? Because I have two pieces of text with carry return, right? If I have this, it won't work neither. Texas gone, right? If I do this and I remove this, Texas back, but California's gone. That means the value, the whole line here needs to match what exists in one line here, right? Correct?
That makes sense. Okay, so how
Okay.
do you make sure that your customers don't mess it up?
Oh, you make that a value list,
Got
or
it.
you
Okay.
the best way I'm doing this, the easiest way, you do a value list, you call that states, and you go to the contact table and you sneak all their state available, right? And then you say you want a checkbox based on the states, right? So now I say, okay, I want CA, CAGR, CA takes,
Got
right?
it.
Right? Okay. So this is the simplest way to do that. If I add another guy here, right? If I have another guy, I call I don't know, um, Felipe Rojas, which is a friend in Colombia, right? And let's say is in San Antonio, is in Colombia, so he's in Bogota and city Bogota, and this is DC because it's the districts of Colombia. Okay, so Bogota, DC, right? So I have a new one here because I just created it, right? So the value list add that here, right? So that means now I can say, oh, I want this DC. See, I didn't modify any scripts. I have no script, by the way, right? I have no script because, I have my GTR, I my single relationship, single step button here, right? Okay, this is a simple version, but so this is how it works. So now the problem is when I want to show all, because now if I select none here, well, it showed none. So empty, if the filter is empty, I have no results. And that's the problem. If you want, you have the show all button, of course, right? Or you select all of them and you have all. But let's say you have many states. You have the 50 states of the United States, or 51, whatever. Then you have a problem. So when you want that to be empty, right? If you clear this, you want all of them. How we reverse this This is a natural behavior of FileMaker. So this is a technique. Here, instead of using states, right, I'm using a field I name link states. States. Okay, or state. It's not a global, right? It's not. This one is a global. This one is not. And this link state, I'm going to, normally I call link states VTRR to recognize them. And this is search filter. So filter VTRR, I have two. Every time you put, you name like this filter, right? So I can rename this state filter. State filter state GTR. Why I'm doing this? Filter means global. GTR means no global. Why? Because this one, I want an auto entry calculation inside the GTR, not the filter. The filter is where you put CA, TH, you put whatever you want. This one here, I want the list of the states and one. So what that will do, let's put that here. Show all, and let's show this here. So let's put the value here. So this is, in this field, I have whatever the state is, right? See, TX, TX, DC, but I have one also. I have CA and one. Here I have CA and one. Here I have GR and one. Here I have TX and one. Here I have TX and one, and here I have DC and one. So I have whatever the state. So if I add another, if I have another person here, let's say, I don't know, I'm out of names. Alex, Roman, okay. In the city named Cucuta. And this is north of Santander, okay, NS. So now I have NS and 1 automatically. I put NS here, I have NS and 1. DC, DC and 1. If I change this, I change the mark class on, and I put, like, for example, I put Tampa, Florida, this will change, right? Florida, and I have 1 here. So now it's easy to do whatever I want to do, right? So all of them as 1. If I search 1 here, if I put 1 here in that field, I have all of them, right? Because I have 1. I have 2 values. I have the first value of the state, and the second value I have 1, right? So now let's remove that. Yeah, let's remove that. Let's duplicate this, put on the side here. Okay. Let's remove this checkbox and put whatever it was. Remember, I said, if I put CA, I have CA. If I put CA and NS, I have CA and NS. If I put CA and NS and TX, I have CA, NS, and TX, okay? But if I blank this doesn't work. But if I put 1 here, Oh, sorry. I forgot something. Uh, my relationship now cannot be with the filter and the state. It needs to be the filter to this. So now you know why I'm naming this like this. Filter, GTR. Always the filter on the left and the GTR on the right. So you know, right? So this is practical when you have multiple filter, because this is what we're going to go. This is where we're going to go. We have multiple filters, concatenated filters, right? For now, this is the simple version. So whatever the state here, and this is state and one, right? This is whatever I want. So now I put, remember, so if I put CA, I have this. If I put TX, I have this. If I blank, I have this. But if I put one, I have all of them. Correct? Right? So, question so far?
Yes. Can you do a partial request? For example, if you type in C only, would you get CA?
No, I don't get nothing. It doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a search. It's a filter. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Search, yeah. If I had a search, you have modularity that you don't have on the relationship. Okay, like for example, you can say C. If I put C here, I have this, right? Right?
Yep, that makes
Right?
sense.
Okay. So because it stopped, but relationship, no, you need to match, but it has a good side because we want the filter, right? So for something as simple as this, you could do a search. Of course, you can, but you will see you will get screwed very quickly if you stay in the search, right? So that's why I'm better to use the relationship. So if I put one here, I have everything. So what can we do? Because okay, so remember I had this. I have this here, right? And I want a filter that when I put CA here, yeah, this is, yeah, because I have one here. I need to remove the one here from here. So CA, I have this, right? So, yeah, but for the demo, this will be complicated if I do that way. Okay. So how can I do if I blanket to have a one automatically here? Right? That's what I want to do. Okay, why have this in this? I don't want this. Okay. If I put CA, I want CA, but if I put nothing, I want to show everything. This key here, you say, okay, this is a key, right? The global, right? And you say, if is and oh, if is empty self, that means if the current field, this field, the self, this is what we said is self. Self means the field I'm in, the field I'm doing the definition of this field, link state filter. So self will refer to this. Right? If it's empty, put one. Otherwise, put whatever there. This is how you do. If is empty self, I want one. Otherwise, I want whatever there. Okay. So now I put CA, I have CA. I put TX, I have TX. I put CA, TH, and GR, I have this. And if I blank this, I have one because it's blanked. So now I have a blank that show everything, right?
That
Hello?
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have any questions so far?
Yes. Can you use a link search with GTR to show all records instead of only related records to show all records?
No. I mean, um, if you if this is empty, so so that's how FileMaker works. If this field is empty, you show nothing. There's no way to, there's no way to say FileMaker show me all with this, right? That's why I'm using the one, right? The one is because in that case, all of them has one here. So I have a match. I have a match because one on this field, everybody has one, right? But if I put DC, only one. This one has DC. On all my list, this is only one that has DC, right? So, of course, if I put DC and one, I have all of them because they all have one. You understand? Because if I have FileMaker will say, okay, DC, okay, I found one, but also you asked for one. So yeah, one, that way show all. If I remove this, I don't have all. And if I blank this, I have all because I have one here, right? So the one is matching all the records I will have in that table. That's why it works. Okay. So if we don't have another question, I want to switch to the other part.
We do have more questions real fast. What happens if you don't check? What happens if you don't check show only related records in GTR step?
Oh, it does nothing. It go to the record. So let's see here. See here, you have the here. See. So if you don't do this, it doesn't do the constraint, right? So that means it go to the record. It just go to the record demonstration. I'm here. I'm in CA. I'm this one, right? And I say DC, and he said, "Look this. You need to look here, right?" If I say this, boom, it goes to the DC. If I say CA, it will go to the first of the CA, right? If I say Texas, it will go to the Texas. See, it will go here. Boom. Go to relate record. Go to relate record. So if that's what it means. But here I have, yeah, go to relate record, but show only the related records. Okay. I'm going to explain that later. Okay. But this is, right? So this. Then you have the other option that sometimes can be useful to have a new window, right? Right. And then you can show that in a new window. That means I'm here and I want CA. Boom. So that's my 2CA. Then you say, okay, I want the FL and DC. So you have a new window, and this is FL and DC. This is CA. So you can say new window, right? If you want. So you start from here, boom, you have a new window with the two you selected. Right? So that can be useful sometime, right? With a new window. Other question?
So Mike asked where this be used, like where would you use this? And then Scott King kind of mentioned having like a massive data set. This is a really easy way to narrow stuff down quickly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, when you have, let's say, for example, what my favorite use for this, okay, is this. Love scripts. It's a good question. So export. Okay. I want to export, but I don't want to lose where I am here, right? So I have go to, for example, I want to export FL, CA, and TX. Okay. I want to export those. I'm setting the field this. So I'm showing you another type of use. Okay. I'm going to set the fields, the filter with those states. So I have a list. I want FL. What did I say? CA, right? And TX, right? I'm setting the field. Then go to read records using the relationship showing only the record, right? On a new window, right? So now I have multiple ways to do that. My favorite is to, export card. I'm creating a window, I'm creating my own window, which is a car style window. And whatever, export contacts, for example, right? Export contact, that black, 14. Okay. So I have my window that pointing to the table. This is oh, I closed the file. Recent. Okay. Sorry for that. Here. Okay. So I have setting the field with my free states. I'm going to the related records using the layouts, the card layout, right? In a new window, it's a car style window, right? And then I said export record. Let's say save. This will be easier. Save as Excel, right? So I want to save whatever I have in the layout and save as Excel and close the window. Why? Because this will open a new window, so I want to close it, right? So, yeah. So I have another button here. I call that export, right? So I want to export the free state automatically, FL, CA, TH, right? I want to do that. So export. Oh, I need to point to the scripts. Okay. So test, right? Boom. So, right? But I don't know why. Oh, yeah, because yeah, it's okay. You understand what I mean. So, I said the save as, so that means you open, you go to the record, you save. I should have said export, it's okay. I can do exports. Export record, in Excel. So I want the first, last, city, and state, right? export records. I can do that. Export test2 as an Excel, right? That's what we want. Save, boom. So now I have those. See, I have CA, Texas, and FL. And I didn't lose where I was. You know, let's say I'm showing everything as to export here, boom, you know, test 3, boom. I didn't lose. So you went to another window, export, and come back. You open a new window with this, and the beauty of the card is it's cleaner. You know, I use a card style window here, and I build my own card here, right? It's a simple layout that shows only this, right? So why we do this? Because it's cleaner. Like when you this, boom, you see say export contact. You see? So it's cleaner, right? So any question?
I'm gonna let Mike finish typing, but I think this has been really interesting. I think we have a day 2 of this next Monday.
Yeah, we have the okay. So day 2. So I wanted to do the polar version, but it's the same thing. It works on the polar. Do we have a little bit of time to do that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So on the polar, you know, from one because this was from the same table, from one table to the same table, right? That was a self relationship. Okay. But let's say now, you know, I want I don't need that. I want a filter here in this portal. You know, I want to filter that portal. So I want to put something here and I want CA, GR, TX, you know, I want to filter a portal. Okay. So that's easy. I'm going to copy, right, this filter, the global. The advantage of using this technique is empty self. I can copy the field, paste in another table, and it works. Self. Because he say, okay, yeah, I understand. Now it's in this. So I have I have the same field here, but you know, I copy to another from one table to another. If I had say whatever here and put that here like this, right? If you copy this and paste, it breaks. Correct? So here I have my filter, right? So it's very easy to combine two fields. I want only the one with this account on that field, that the portal, right? I have the portal here. This is the contact from this account, right? But at the same time, I want the filter. Whatever I put here equal this. So I have two predicates here. One is only from the people with this account, and everything that I here match whatever state here, right? Right? So now is gone. Everything gone. Why? Remember what I told you, right? If this is blank, it won't work. So I put one here. I have everybody. If I put CA, CA, TX, TX. And the beauty of this, oops, if I have this, I want CA, I want FL, boom. I have my beautiful filter. And if I blank this, I have all of them. So in no time, you get this filter. So if I create a new account, like in the cartoon, and I say, yeah, I know. This is what I'm using when I don't know what to use, right? And this guy is in San Francisco, and this is CA, right? And whatever, you know, give me a name. Okay, yeah. So let's change sci-fi. Yeah, I'm pretty much the only one in the knowing how to spell that name. And this guy is in Le Var, is in France. Okay. If I put here, so here I have two accounts, right? I have two accounts. If I put here, I said, okay, I want FL. Okay, let's put somebody that's CA. Okay. If I put CA here, I have two CA here for that account, and I have only this guy in that account. So the filter, it works. That means not only I filter by ID here, I mean, it's only the related record for that account, but this works as well. I have two predicates. It's this and this. Thanks to my one version here, I can have all of them if I want to. If I didn't have the one, this system won't work. Because here, I could have used, for example, if I do this, I could have said show, but on this configuration, I don't have a show all. You understand? I don't have show all in the portal. And the beauty is we don't use this piece of bleep, which is, it has is, we can, okay, I'm not saying that we never use the filter poll, right? But it's complicated to use this because, if I had to do that using the filter, it would have been extremely slower than using the relationship itself. Okay. Why? It's because when you have 10 people like this or 7 people, right? If you have 7 in the record, that's okay. But if on the other side you have 2.5 million records, right? And you want to use the filter, here's the problem. The filter will load all the related records. So if you have 1.2 million or 2 million related records, right? Or 200,000 or 100,000, and you use the filter, right? You get this nice and beautiful, progression, circle here, right? Because it loads all the 1.2 million records and then apply the filter on those 1.2 million records. Using the relationship like this, right? It doesn't load the 1.2 million records. It shows you only what you need to see. So it's much, much, much faster. And it has many advantages that we're going to see next week.
Yep. People are asking for the file.
Oh, yeah.
It's very
No
cool.
problem.
So.
Yeah, the file ready, I built it.
Yes, we watched you do it.
Okay. So if we don't have any question, I think we're good to go.
I think we are. Thank you very much, Nick. This has been awesome and enlightening as usual. Look forward to have you back next week.
Okay.
We'll see you then.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye. Have a good
Bye-bye.
evening.